Hey everyone, it's Michael Kikle. I hope you're doing well today. I have a review here for a movie that I've wanted to see for a while. It's kind of an horror, sort of kind of art house movie called Stopmotion. It came out last year, 2023. It's about an hour and a half long, and I don't really know anybody involved, whether it be the actors, the behind the scenes, director, writer, anybody. At least as far as I know, I don't think I know them. Anyway, Stop motion looked really cool to me from the trailer. Essentially, it's about a young woman whose mother was a very famous stop motion director, I guess you would call it, where, you take the little figures, you move around, take a picture, move it around again, take another picture, and it takes like a million pictures just to do somebody swooping their arm or something. I have a great respect for stop motion because that has to be a very tedious job, especially if you have to redo a scene or something, which is what this movie opens with. And this mom and daughter have kind of a strained relationship. She doesn't want to live in her mom's shadow. She kind of wants to use her own ideas, make her own stop motion movies and animations and stuff. And her mom always seems to be kind of condescending about her ideas. And the girl even starts to doubt at points, does she even have any idea of what she wants to do if she could do her own movie? Well, her mom falls ill. She goes into the hospital in a coma, essentially. And originally the girl was having to help her mom by moving everything, taking pictures and whatever because of the mother's arthritis in her hands. So she already had the skills. She knew how to do this stuff. It was just the creativity part that was starting to affect her so heavily. Now that her mom is in the hospital and sick, she begins to distance herself from everybody around her except for this young girl she meets in the hallway at the apartment that she rents for this work that she used to live at with her mom. And she begins to continue and try to finish up the film that her and her mom were making, and then it turns more into her trying to make her own movie for the first time. But a lot of the ideas are being based on what this little girl is coming up with. It's a very strange, very slow movie. A very, very slow burn, which I'm cool with as long as you have a lot there. This is not something like another film I'm about to review called I Trapped the Devil, where that film did not have enough to maintain the slow burn being worth the time. Stop motion is not an excellent movie, but it's good and it pulled that off well, about having enough to fill in the time to keep you interested. And you don't really know how much is in the girl's head, the main actress' head, or how much is actually happening to her. But as she goes to make this movie, she begins to have blackouts. We don't know if it's from schizophrenia or trauma or just terror, maybe paranoia about her mom's illness. We don't really know, but we know she doesn't want to lose her mom despite their rocky relationship. But something creepy is happening to her because the little figure that she made for her stop motion movie pretty much represents her. And the ideas this little girl feeds her are just a tad bit of story at a time and not everything in one go in one night from beginning to end. And one of the story's elements, if you will, involves a monster coming to the door of this stop motion figure's house, knocking on it, I think 3 times in one night, and maybe eventually possibly getting in there and attacking the thing. But whether that'll affect our main character or not, it's a different story, because weird things begin to happen to her around the apartment, but this being an art house film, don't expect a bunch of answers. Don't expect a bunch of sit you down and tell you what exactly the fuck happened. It wants you to think a little bit, it wants you to guess a little bit, maybe have some ideas of your own. Sometimes that can be a fun thing. Like, I love David Lynch's Eraserhead, probably the second scariest movie of all time in my opinion, and it's very, very surreal art house cinema. And I'm not a big fan of that most of the time. I'm not even a big fan of David Lynch for that matter, but I love Eraserhead because of how it does those things and how frightening it is. Stop motion is creepy. It'll get under your nerves. It has a lot of good, creepy, spooky shit in it. I love the work done here where we actually see stop motion animation done. That stuff was beautiful. I think the main actress is really good. The lady playing her mom is really good. Hell, even her boyfriend is a really good actor in this movie. They all have something nice to work with from the script. The little girl does really well here. Everybody does a solid job, in my opinion. No one really stands out all that bad for a low-budget indie film that I saw on Shudder. I don't know if Shudder made this or what, but I'm glad I got to see it because I wanted to for a long time. But it's not everything I thought it could be. But it was pretty close, to be honest with you. Has a really solid score for the movie. I liked it a lot. I thought it was nice for what it was, but I still felt, just like I always do with art house movies, even down to Eraserhead, there's a tad bit of disappointment. that comes with these art house, no real answers types of movies. And the third act really solidifies to me this isn't as good as I thought it started out as. So if I had to rate stop motion on a 5-star basis, I'd probably give it about a really high 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was fun, I thought it was cool for what it was, but I wouldn't buy this for my collection. If the concept sounds really cool to you, definitely check it out. Definitely watch it, see what you think. But I thought it had a lot to offer, but I don't know how much it pulled through on those things all the time in the offering. So anyway, 3 out of 5 stars for me. What do you think about stop motion? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments about it down below. If you love and respect stop motion, there's a lot of cool shit in this. A lot of extremely well done camera shots, camera movements, stuff with the figures, how to create the figures. I learned a lot about stop motion in general from this movie, which I thought was kind of cool because I don't really know anything about it, aside from the basics, but that's pretty rad. I enjoyed that, man. So props to the people who made this. Very well made for what it needed to be and what it was by the end of it. I just wanted more. I don't know what, but it being art house, it's going to put people off. So whatever. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Catch you later, and goodbye.